There's Robert. There's
Hey,
you.
Robert.
Hi there. How are you?
Hey.
Good to see you too.
See, when it says mute, that means you're not muted. Just cut yourself out of conversation. You click on that.
Okay.
That's the arrow.
Carolyn, I did hear from Alejandra Gomez and Susan Upton that they will not be joining us tonight.
How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing well. Diane, you made it home safely?
Yep, made it home.
Good. We've had company all week. My daughter from Denver is here.
Oh, nice.
It is. It's very nice. They're having a great time. Tonight they're doing things without me. I think they can. It's okay. I've seen them constantly for 5 days, so
Yeah,
perfectly all right.
ready for a break.
Exactly. They're out for a special fancy dinner.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought so.
As fancy as you can get in the valley.
Yeah, but there's a few places here that are nice. I haven't been to them, actually. They have.
I've heard Liam's is supposed to be nice.
I think that's where they actually are.
Oh,
No, that's the other one. There are two that are really good. I can't, as initials, but I can't think what they are.
oh.
What did you say
Yeah,
that one was, Robert?
Liam's Steakhouse is one that I've heard, and the other one is something like P&B.
No, it's
Yeah.
FB, food and beverage.
Thank
Oh.
you. That's it. I
Yeah,
can't remember which
that's-
one they went to. The other one was, everything was booked for the weekend. Are you kidding? This place is now just like midsummer right now. It's just jammed with people. Not
Yeah.
right today, but on the whole long weekends, it's just jammed. Traffic jams all the way till like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh,
It's not even summer yet.
People are just wanting to get out.
Hello.
Of course, Mother's Day is a pretty big weekend.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't even thought about that.
Except my mom never wanted to go to the beach for Mother's Day, so I don't know why other mothers do, but
Oh, mine would have. That would be something she'd want. Hmm.
well, it's 6 o'clock, but we'll wait a few more minutes.
Must be a nice day out. Everybody's out doing something.
Well, supposedly the cold front's supposed to drop the temperature a bit, but last time I
Not
saw-
yet.
Yeah, it hadn't.
Hasn't
even-
happened yet, that's for
No.
sure. We saw some cool birds down here recently. I'm trying to think. I saw two. I saw one brand new for me. I'm trying to think what it was called. It'll come to me later.
Barbara and I were at Ramsey yesterday, and we saw the Mississippi kites sort of
Oh,
just
cool.
circling.
nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Boy, I can't remember the name of that. I would like to think of it so I could tell you. Oh, yeah. I'll be right back. Don't worry. I didn't forget. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Johnny. Who is that? And that? Is Barbara somewhere on this?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Barbara,
Hi.
can you help me make sure I get the attendance?
Yes, I'm helping you.
Because that's
The
really,
one,
that's really tough.
the silhouette in front of the shades is Pam Braves.
Oh, well, I have her name. Okay, hi, Pam. What do you think you're doing? Hiding. Okay.
Tony's on.
Yes.
He just
Right.
got on.
Oh, good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Currently, we have 8. Teresa is James.
I don't have Teresa.
I saw a little bird the other day.
What'd you
I am
see?
missing.
I was
Go
a
ahead.
turtle, and one of the interns pointed out a magnificent frigate bird to me.
Oh,
I heard that was here. I did not get to see it this year.
My God, their wings are like, and I mean, he told me, I mean, they were like 3 or 4 seagulls were chasing after it.
Oh, they're huge. I remember that.
8-foot wingspan. I mean, it was amazing.
We saw those in Hawaii for sure at close range. And it's really interesting.
Isn't that what I got to see, Robert,
yes,
in the Grand Caymans?
Thank Caymans.
Oh, probably.
It was
They're
like
huge.
our
There's a restaurant close to shore, and the frigate birds know that at a certain time, there's a strange human that will walk outside with fish for free.
Uh-huh.
And they've gotten used to it, so they get people like us that are visiting to go out there and hold the fish up. And these frigates just come in and they'll just take it right out of your hand. It's really amazing.
Oh,
That sounds really neat.
Hi, Tony.
I'll be back in a second.
Hello, sorry. Took me a while to get switched on. Hey, Robert, did you get that parrot, the connection to the parrot nest?
Connection to the parrot nest.
Yeah, from UTRGV. Maybe you didn't get it. I sent it to your cell.
Okay, guys. The bird that we saw is called a flame-colored tanager.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never seen one before. And actually, it had been there the day before. It was misidentified. And then Norma Friedrich figured out that she had misidentified it. And so she told people, and sure enough, it was there the next day. So I happened to get to see it. It's really cool.
Tony, did you say you sent it to my cell?
Yeah, I sent it to your cell. I thought I did.
I didn't receive anything.
Okay, I'll try to resend it.
Okay.
It's a Carl Berg has a camera in a nest on the UTRGV campus in Brownsville. It's really cool.
Oh.
And the mother is sitting on 3 eggs. One was broken, but she still got 2. So I'll
Wow.
send it again.
We saw a titmouse going into one of our bird houses the other day. So we'll keep an eye on that just to see if it has kids. I know that Stan Sturba had some, and he's what, Bart, a couple miles from here?
Hmm.
You're muted, Bart. You're still muted.
He's about 1/4 of a mile straight as a crow flies
As a
from us.
titmouse flies.
And so the ones that were banded in our yards, their kids ended up in his yard.
Oh, that's funny.
And so now we're hoping to get them back because we put up a couple houses for them. And the other day we actually saw a couple going in and out. So we're happy.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We do have enough members that we have a quorum for tonight, so that is good. Did everybody get a chance to look at the meeting minutes from April 6th? Were there any issues or corrections that needed to be made?
I'll make a motion. We accept it as written.
I'll
Do I
second
hear
it.
a second? Diane, second, thank you.
Okay, you guys want to tell me who said first and second? I wasn't listening.
Tony was first,
was
Diane was second.
Wait, say it again?
On the treasurer's report, it puts me as the treasurer, and I'm definitely not the treasurer. It's Maria.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to fix that.
Oh,
Okay.
Carolyn, Tony made the motion. Diane seconded.
Okay, Tony and Diane.
so do we need a new motion to accept it as corrected?
Yeah, we do.
So
Well, Tony
moved.
can do it.
So moved.
So seconded.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, all those in favor, wave a hand, lift a finger.
Aye.
Okay.
All right. So motion passes. Great. All right, first up is myself. The one piece of business that I had to bring up was there is a request or we were asked if we wanted to donate to a cause, and that's to create a Virginia Vineyards Memorial Bench out at Laguna Tascosa. We would be joining ACUS, we would be joining the Friends of Laguna Atascosa and the refuge themselves and her family. And so they requested whether we would be interested in making a monetary donation. And so what I would like to at least suggest for us to consider is that we make a donation of $150. The bench, the last one that was purchased that we know of is roughly $665. And so we're roughly close to about a fourth of that. And so between us, ACUS, the family, and the Friends of Laguna, that would cover the cost. The refuge themselves said that they will handle the installation of the bench itself, which is always something that would add a cost, but we won't have to do that.
I'll make a motion that we donate $200 because that's like 1/3 of it. Virginia is a past president, and she played a huge role in the early formation of our chapter.
I second it.
Okay, so we have a motion for us to donate $200 for Virginia Vineyards Memorial Bench at Laguna Atascosa. Anybody else wish to bring up another point of discussion on that? All those in favor, raise your hands, wave, blink.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay. Motion passes. Anybody abstaining? I think everybody said aye, so I don't think anybody's abstaining. Very good.
No.
We will pass that along to Jolene with the Friends of Laguna Atascosa, who's helping coordinate the acquiring the bench and so forth. There was one thing from the president's meeting that I remembered, and I forgot to put on the agenda, and now I can't remember again.
Love it.
That's okay, Robert. Move on. You'll remember it later.
Exactly.
I will. Old age.
I was just gonna say, symbol of old age.
Next person, Susan Upton, new class representative. She will not be able to join us tonight. I did mention the bench, and she also agreed with us making a donation. She thought it was definitely a worthy cause. Next up is Tammy. I don't see her here. She had mentioned that she may not be able to make it tonight, but I did mention the bench to her. I did not hear back yet.
Okay.
Next up is Alejandra. Alejandra is also not able to join us tonight. I did mention to her the bench topic, and she also agreed with that as well. I will bring up one item for her. In the attachment for this meeting is the official request for us to introduce the fish trails. That's what we're just nicknaming the nature trails that we're helping establish out at the Fish Hatchery Station out at in Brownsville. So you have the official form, and even though we've kind of have started working on that, we do need our leadership board to approve it as an official service project. Did anybody have any questions on that document or on what we're trying to do?
Robert, are we still gonna keep doing, I'm so sorry, I have not been able to go because of situations with the family and stuff, but are you still gonna do them on Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings unless weather permits differently?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure.
And that's true. I may not have mentioned that in the document itself. And we do have a page on our website where we're documenting the work that we're doing out there. And at the next chapter meeting, I'll share that with the rest of our chapter if everybody approves it as an official service project.
I'll make the motion that we adopt it as an official project.
I second it.
Okay. Who said I seconded it?
Teresa?
Teresa. See, I'm not looking, I'm writing.
Okay, so we need to go ahead and vote on that issue. Everybody in approval say aye, raise their hand.
Aye.
Okay, pretty sure that was Javier, so, all right, so Javier agrees. So that motion passes. Let's see, so next up is Barbara. And you are muted.
Our speaker on a week from today is going to be, instead of Wendy Knight from the Sea Turtle Inc., she asked Dr. Amy Burke-Bonka, the Chief Conservation Officer at Sea Turtle, to speak to us about the experience with the cold stun turtles this past winter, and then her plans to build research and conservation here on the island. And so Dr. Amy Burke-Bonka is going to be our speaker. And
What's her last name?
B-O-N, B as in Barbara, O-N-K-A, Bonka.
Wait. Now I'm confused. Amy what? Say it again.
Bonka.
B-O-N.
B-O-N-K-A.
Amy Bonka. Okay.
Barbara,
Hmm?
we used to get annual trainings in cold stun response, and I think we need to ask her to cover that as a training for us. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. Because, I mean, we were out there, as were lots of people. It was, and we just, all we needed to do was go pick them up and put them in our truck, and we had no idea. So I will ask her about that.
Yeah, it's good to have a training on how to handle them. So, yeah, because Jeff used to do that for us annually.
And I think that's a great idea, because at least when you saw people putting them in the beds of their truck and so forth, it's a great effort, but were they doing it right? Were they causing any harm by piling up the turtles on the back of the bed? When we did it, I just, for whatever reason, we had them as a single layer, and it didn't seem like putting them on top of each other, especially going down the sand dunes to get back, was going to be really safe for them. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Good point, Robert.
And if we're out there, that gives us an opportunity to share that with everybody else that's trying to help.
Yeah.
Because they were just trying to get as many as they could out of there. But again, were we hurting some of them in the process? We certainly, I wouldn't have known. Okay.
Any for me other than Tony's suggestion? We're going to practice with her on tomorrow morning.
Okay, then moving on to Teresa with advanced training for the month of May.
On the advanced training, I'm going to put her name in there because I did not know who was going to be doing the speaking for some reason. I don't know why I didn't have it. I have a ton of stuff in here, but I wanted to know if I can start including physical AT opportunities, because I did see that Estero Grande, Benson State Park, Osaka del Tama, the tram rides, they're all CDC spacing out, but they're offering opportunities to do that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to do it until I have, permission, and then I can always revise this and add probably another 2 pages worth of stuff.
I think at least that's a good idea, especially when there are organizations that I know that they're concerned about following the procedures and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas Parks and Wildlife. I'm trying to think of, I mean, maybe even like ACUS, they do their birding field trips as well.
They are doing it. Yeah, there was a lot, and I had some stuff from Houston, and I had all of the chapter meetings. The one person I did not have for South Texas chapter, I did not have a speaker for that. They didn't even announce it. It's just I just took the date that it had, but there was nobody there to put it on there. So I'll revise that and send it out to everybody if they want to listen to it.
Okay.
That's it for me so far. If
And-
anybody has any other opportunities, let me know.
Yeah, definitely share them with Teresa. Any opportunity that you hear of, any newsletter that you follow. We have, we do receive newsletters from the different chapters as well to sort of give us a heads up on something that might be interesting for our chapter too. So if you guys have any information you receive, definitely just pass it along.
I did an AT training a week ago from Michigan. And I was sharing it with, gosh, I can't even think of the young lady's name I was sharing it with at the graduation. But very interesting, but they were getting the hummingbirds in and they were talking about the travel and everything and how they ban. And it's pretty interesting to think that somebody up in Michigan is doing the same thing we're doing down here.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool when they found out I was from Texas and they were jealous because we have all the birds. But hey, what can I say?
You deserve it.
I think that brings up a really good point that it is good to know what's going on elsewhere. I know that Maria was sharing having spotted a bird with bands from a different state completely when
Oh,
she was out at the
wow.
beach. And so little things like that, if we know, it kind of gives a little bit added value that we're seeing a bird that's come from who knows where. And that
Yes.
makes it really interesting.
I think so too.
Okay, so up next is Maria.
Hello. Okay, so I have the financials, I got those.
Oh, there she is.
For the income for this month, it's $1,099.52. And that is an estimate at this point, because the cost of goods, I just put a 30%, a 70% cost of what we collected in the sales of merchandise, which was $802.50. So yay.
Yay.
Yeah, and I won't know the true number until Teresa gets me the final inventory of what she
I have everything
what she
here.
has.
I have
So,
everything here and I'm going to put them on a spreadsheet for you, Maria.
okay, thank you. And so that'll be probably in May. So when we report that. As far as income or revenue goes, we've pretty much gone through all the collections on the membership, the new class. So I really don't anticipate any additional income unless we have, another fundraiser or something like that. But for this year, so it'll be whatever expenses we have. Did y'all understand that? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I will have, because our statement of operations is on accrual basis, I will record some revenue, which is, if you look at the balance sheet, the 1,635, that'll be coming in as revenue. But money collected, I think that's about it, unless we have donations or things like that that might come in. And this month we had 4 additional members, and I don't have the total yet. I mean, I don't have the total. I don't remember what I total I gave you last month. So just add 4 more members there. And we got a donation on PayPal from Emily. She was our past president, I think two past. And it was $25. And then of course the merchandise sales of the 802.50. That's what was actual money that came into the bank. So I guess that's pretty much it. I did get a last minute request from Barbara for a reimbursement, and I'm supposed to, I think what I understood from the audit was I was supposed to get the reimbursement requests and then bring them to the board and then, send them off with a packet and then get you guys to look at it and, agree to pay it. But this was a last minute request. And so if you don't mind, I can tell you what it is and you guys tell me whether it's name tags for members. The only one on this one, Barbara, the only one is for $31.35. The only thing I don't have is the names. It says 11 people or 11 name tags. I just don't have who names for those.
You're still muted.
I can send you the names. I took a picture. They don't, on their receipt, they don't say who they're for. And I think Joni has put the names in the email to them. I'm not sure, but I can get you the names of who they were for.
I'll move to approve.
Maria, you're muted.
You're muted.
Are they for new students? The new students?
New people that just certified.
Okay. Okay.
So-
Certified.
Yeah, the people that attain certification or
Okay.
were very, very close. So
Okay, because there's 2 line items for those. That's why I'm asking. But Tony did move to approve the 31.35. So I don't have any problem. And whenever you give me that list, I'll go ahead and pay you on that one. So
Okay.
anybody wants to second that?
I second it, Joni.
Okay. The other items that she submitted were 50 bags of compost. One was back in February, was 30 bags bought in February for $52.50. And the other one was in April 8th, which was a current one, another 20 bags for $35. That reimbursement would be for $87.50. So if y'all have any questions, that $87.50 is within their budget. She still has available money in the budget. But if y'all don't have any questions and you want to make a motion to approve it.
and those were not for our house. They were for Ramsey Park.
I approve.
They were purchased at McAllen Recycling.
That's funny.
So moved.
Okay. So we're good on those?
Okay, can I interrupt? You guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I was listening too carefully. So the 87.50 is for what? Plants? I don't know.
The 87.50 is 50 bags of compost.
Oh, I missed that totally. Okay, and Barbara, right?
Yes, both of
And
these
then-
are from Barbara.
Okay, and who made the motion and who did whatever?
Only move to approve that reimbursement.
Okay, and second from somebody.
Me, I guess.
Okay,
I seconded it, Joni.
Let me go.
oh, Joni, okay,
That's the first one.
okay, good, I hope.
I think that's the first one.
First one of what?
Didn't we have 2 motions?
Yeah, we did. The first one was, I don't know what it was, name tags?
Name tags,
Yeah,
That was
Name
Tony
tags
and
for-
somebody.
31.35.
Tony and Joni.
Okay, Joni can't, she can't second this one because she's the one that actually signed for the reimbursement.
Okay, so who can do what? I'm still lost. Tony did the first one, and who's the second?
Anybody else? Diane?
Only
Second.
move for the second reimbursement as well.
Pam does it.
Pam.
Diane. Okay, Diane will do for that. Okay, and then the other one was Tony and
Teresa.
Joni and Teresa. Ah, okay, got it. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. Okay. I
That's
gotta
it.
stop listening and start writing.
All right, that's it for me. I don't know if y'all have any questions or.
I don't think so.
So we had the motion for
job.
reimbursement for the name tags. We had the motion for reimbursement for the compost.
Yeah,
Did everybody vote for those 2 reimbursements? Were there any objections? All right, very good. Okay, Maria, and you did, I think you tuned in when we were talking about the $200 donation that we will make for Virginia's memorial bench.
Yes. Who's going to request that? Or how am I going to, who am I going to issue out the check to, or who's
Yeah.
going to contact me as far as
Let me,
the lead on that one?
we will confirm who that check needs to be made out to
Okay,
so that they're pulling their funds together in order to make the purchase. So we'll pass that on, that information, after the ask.
okay, great.
Okay, moving on, Diane with communications.
Okay, so the Chachalaca deadline is going to be May 15th. And I posted on Facebook and sent out the email yesterday. So did you see the email?
Mhm.
Okay,
saw
any
it.
questions on the newsletter?
I saw that Joseph sent it out to the South Texas Border chapter as well. So
Good. Yeah, I sent it to him as well. Okay, so then if there aren't any questions on the newsletter, on the Pelican Art Contest,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had 12 entries from the Port Isabel High School. And our committee selected one winner and one honorable mention. They're going to display all of the entries at the Art Center in Port Isabel with a reception on Saturday, May 8th. They're going to present the award at 7 o'clock that night. So our chapter is giving a $50 gift card to the winner, and the Laguna Madre Art Association is going to give $150 to the winner. And since we picked an honorable mention, our committee personally donated $20 each. So the honorable mention person is going to get $80.
Do you have something that I can, or will you draft something to post onto Facebook and to share with the chapter for those that are there, that in that area that can attend?
I think that one of the other committee members was going to do that, but I will double check on that.
Okay.
I'm Diane.
Yes.
Okay, so who gave the 150?
The Laguna Madre Art Association.
I had the name wrong, thank you.
Mhm.
Art Association.
Diane,
Yes.
we didn't have a second and third, but just an honorable mention?
Correct.
Okay.
Diane, what was the method of the photos? Were they pencil or colored pencil or?
There was a variety of mediums. There was watercolor and acrylic. I don't know because I only saw them via via Zoom or whatever. I don't know what the winning one medium was. Let me see if I still have that. I saved it on my computer. I didn't really want to show you yet because it was, nobody knows yet. I don't know if I still, let's go here. That's a certificate.
what time
I
does
don't
the
think-
reception start?
The reception. Okay, I don't have that right in front of me.
5 p.m., I think.
I just know that
It's going to be awarded at 7.
the award is at 7, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Robert,
Okay.
Robert and Tony, I think we're supposed to get specific invites. Did you get those?
Yes. I'm trying to.
Did too. I think it's 5, Robert, right?
Yes, 5 to 8 reception with the presentation to the winning artist at 7 p.m.
Yep, I got it too. This is Javier.
Okay.
Any other questions for Diane? Okay, great.
All right.
Next up, Carolyn.
You were muted.
How's that? Better?
Very good.
So I have nothing to say because it's already been sent out. See how easy that was?
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Next up for membership, Joni.
All right. For recent milestones and certification, we have Carolyn Wolfer from San Antonio has certified as a Texas Master Naturalist. So I will be printing her certificate and of course mailing her. I'm not sure I probably have to order a name tag for her. I don't remember if she was one of the name tags that I had ordered. So I'll probably be ordering a name tag for her. And then of course, mailing everything to her once I get it all together.
Joni, I'll make a motion that we add her to the list that of the name tags we're ordering, right?
We already ordered those name tags. Those have already been
Okay.
distributed. Most of them have been distributed.
Okay. That's fine.
Hers was not on the, I just forwarded the list to Maria
Yeah.
and hers was not on that list. So if you get it ordered, I can pick it up easily.
I have the box of name tags here and yeah, she's not in here. So I will order the name tag and then, like I say, as soon as I get that, I'll mail everything off to her. I did send her her graduation certificate with a note asking if she's planning to stay with us or will be moving her membership to the other chapter, the chapter where closer to where she lives. I think she might be staying with us until she finishes her schooling, which is fine. And then the milestone, we have a recent graduate certification. A person who got certified has reached her 100-hour milestone, Betsy Hosick. In fact, she was very close to doing it when we had the drive-through. I think she was just short like a couple of hours. So she has earned that 100-hour milestone.
Johnny, what's her last name?
Hosick, H-O-Sick, S-I-C-K.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And we do have 2 people who are very close to getting certified. We have a total of 17 people who are currently trainees, and we have 2 of those trainees who are very close to certifying. One is Jeff Bradley, and the other is Sandra Mink. They're very close. So, well, I'd like to get that list of trainees whittled down. So
I'm working on him.
Go Pam.
yeah.
Question?
Yeah.
Did Shadrach Villafranca graduate?
He graduated. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Well, he's applying for a job, I guess he's applied for several jobs and he wants me to mentor him. And I didn't know whether he'd graduated or not, so.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he graduated. And I have to say, during the class, there were times he was very enthusiastic, very interested, very engaged in the classes.
Can I call you after the meeting and ask you a few questions?
Certainly.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. As for the results from graduation and the celebration drive-through, I think considering the weather, the turnout was pretty good. I still have people who need their recertification pins. I still have one person who's certified from, I think Abigail's from 2020 or maybe 2019. I'm not real sure, but I've actually called her, left voicemail. I'd like to get her certificate and pins to her. But for the people in Brownsville, I've had just a couple of people actually come by and pick up their pins. The others, I have told them I will be carrying this stuff in my car, and they're welcome to come out to the fish hatchery and pick up their stuff. And I've told them the hours that I will be there, and that the stuff will remain in my car, and I may forget all about it being in my car. So they're welcome to come meet me and pick their things up. Barbara had graciously accepted taking some of the items for the people in Harlingen and South Padre Island, although the day I gave those to her, I was kind of tired, and I didn't give her all the ones for South Padre Island and Port Isabel. So we have some people out there who still need to receive their pins. So I guess we'll figure out at some point how we get that stuff to them. I did receive an email from David Junkin, who is one of our Winter Texans, lives in New York. He said that, of course, this year they had decided not to come to the Valley, but then they need to check on their house. I guess something may have happened to it, but he did earn a recertification pin and the Against All Odds pins. But again, their time to come down here is going to be very brief. They have to attend to their home. So I am going to go ahead and mail his pins to him. I don't mind paying for it out of pocket, because he was very distressed about not being able to help out the chapter this year and volunteer. And hopefully they'll be back in as Winter Texans volunteering in 2022.
Joni?
Yes.
If you and I can connect, you can just give me the ones for the island people and their addresses or phone numbers, and I can take care of that.
Okay.
You want to do that? I don't mind.
I can get them from Joni, and then you and I can talk. How's that, Carolyn?
Whatever works.
Okay.
Because I live closer to Joni, and then we come out to the island to do our turtle patrol. So we can figure.
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay.
So what I will do then, Barbara and Carol, I will put together a list of all the people from South Padre Island and Port Isabel.
Okay.
And with their addresses and phone numbers, so that we can get those items to them. And I have to say, this is one of the things that just troubles me a little bit, is how we're gonna do things in the future. Because again, I would, if I had to bet, I would bet that no previous membership director had to deal with trying to get pins to so
yeah.
many
No
of our
kidding.
members. Yeah, I don't think it's been a problem in the past, and it was created by COVID. It's still part of COVID. And again, if we don't have a permanent meeting place, it's not like I can leave stuff there in a cupboard somewhere for people to pull it out and give it to people when they happen to show up for meetings. So again, like I say, it is something that concerns me for our future.
Yeah, I see that.
Joni, I think we need to set up a fund to cover mailing expenses, and I'll make a motion, set up a fund for $200 to cover mailing expenses for pins. How's that?
Well, I will tell you how much it costs, because I did mail to I mailed to Julia Osgood because she had requested, because she did earn a pin, even though they've moved away. She and Pat have moved away. And I mailed to Ruth Hoyt because it gets very difficult for her to get anywhere close to where we are. And it costs approximately for the envelope and for the mailing about $6 per.
Wow.
And the post office rates are actually going to start going up. I saw their ad up on the screen when I went to mail things. All of their rates are going up
Of course they are.
this year.
So are you saying one pin costs $6 to mail? Wow. That's
Well, and to replace the pin, it's $5. So it's about the cost of replacing a pin is the cost to mail it about.
I'll increase it to 300 to cover everything, hopefully. And we can move on later on. So.
Well, I am trying to be fiscally responsible. It's not like we're not a wealthy chapter. We don't bring in a lot of money other than our membership. Thank goodness we had that drive-through and sold a lot of our inventory. But again, I think it's something that maybe we need to think about more seriously, and we want to go about doing this.
My motion will stand at $300 just to reserve that for sending pins.
If I could add something, Tony.
Go ahead.
Most of the people that we have their items are local. There's very few of them are out of state or out of, like Ruth and a few people like that. Most of them are here in Harlingen, San Benito, the island. I mean, it's not that they are far away. So,
yeah.
The ones that need it mailed, that's a totally different, Julia and Pat, they did a lot for the chapter. That makes total sense.
So but Barbara, would $100 cover it?
If you are in the valley and cannot get out to pick up this, $5 pin, if it costs that much to make, I don't believe we should spend $6 to mail it to somebody that lives in Harlingen.
Yeah.
If they don't want it, then we can return it back to the state so that they can give it to a chapter that their members are actually waiting for theirs. If we got members that don't want the pins, which we do have members that have told me, I'm not doing it for the pin, then so be it. But to allocate $300 just to mail these pins out to people that can't come to get it or can't make an effort,
I don't feel like it.
I don't think it's a good use for us to reserve $300 for or something like this.
And it's,
And I have to agree with, I agree with that. I mean, I'm happy to send those to people who are at a distance. I'm happy to mail those to them. But again, for people who just don't want to maybe get out of bed or can't make, I mean, one thing that was, I appreciated were people who told me they could not make it to the drive-through. Everybody knew about the drive-through. And a few people did say, I can't make it that day. And then I'm happy to make arrangements to get them what they were not able to pick up. But when I don't even hear from these people, then to me, it's going to sit in my car and rot until you come pick it up from me.
I agree. I agree on that.
something because Joni makes she bends over like she does backflips to try to get people their items, and they won't even answer her email or her text or anything. But the other thing, as second vice president, that I wanted to add, we're looking at in the future, however far it is, if we are going to have in-person meetings, there's a very good chance that we're going to have to pay for a place to meet.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that we need to continue to remain fiscally responsible, because I don't believe that there's any way we're going to be able to meet in the annex.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, what's different?
Well, they had already said before this started, they had already said that was going to end. Using
Okay.
that room. So that it's not new, but it is. The room's being used by the health department now, and so it's not even. We have to make an appointment to get in there and get into our cabinets.
Oh,
So
that sounds good. Yeah.
I just don't think anything's going to change, and I do believe that there's many. We may be able to get a place to meet for free, but we had already researched a lot of places, and most places, churches, etc., don't let you meet for free. So,
And can I add something to that? And then, so the cupboards that we purchased are now going to become useless, because part of the purpose of those cupboards was to keep people from having to be carting our inventory.
Yes.
And all of the pins and all of the paraphernalia, all the our pamphlets, to keep from having to have it in individual homes and people carting it back and forth between home and events.
Joni,
Now
we still have access to those.
Only during the day.
Yeah.
But again, the problem is, yes, they're fine for storage, but there's not the convenience if we have to move where we meet.
Good point.
I think, if we're worried about that, we should rent a storage facility. I mean, it's not like we don't have money.
Well, we can explore further places of where we're going to meet. For now, at least, I think this is something for us to keep in mind if we hear of any place that is inexpensive for us to meet. But I don't think we necessarily need to do anything today.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping that once the library opens up, that's where ACUS meets. We might have to reschedule our chapter meetings. We might have to move the time of our meetings to accommodate the hours for the library. But that was one of the options we were exploring before everything shut down. And so right now we can't explore it because it's still not a viable solution. Few places are, but we can explore those as we move forward.
I think we should table this.
Yeah.
For future discussion.
I think so too.
Well, my report is complete.
And I think, Joni, you had mentioned that it was something like 60 people showed up for the drive-through, even with the weather.
Oh,
Did I say that?
great.
Maybe I did. Don't
That's a lot of people.
Sorry, I don't remember, but it was that, like I say, it was a pretty good turnout. Most of the people
That's
from the
great.
class showed up, and people did show up in spite of the weather to pick up their recertification pin. So it wasn't too bad at all.
No.
Okay, can I make a suggestion? Not for you particularly. But I heard that the other chapter in the Valley, that they order their pins, and I don't know how they do this, that they order them all in the fall in advance, that they figure that out, and then they have them. So they don't have to worry about waiting for them to show up because they've already got them ahead of time. And if we could manage to do that, it might make it a lot easier for us to plan in the future how to give them out.
The,
We don't have to worry
the
about
pins,
when we're going to get them.
Carolyn,
That's why, or maybe, I don't know if it's true or not.
the recertification pins can't be ordered until the completion. You have to do a guesstimate.
Okay.
Usually in November, of how many people you think are going to recertified, which is precisely what I did. And I ordered, and in fact, I ordered too many pins, and I'm going to have to send some back.
You can't win.
So it's not that,
It's not an
the
option?
pins were late or anything. What's holding us up is this whole thing of COVID and trying to figure out how to distribute the pins.
Well, okay, and that's fine. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, and as for milestones, I order some ahead of time so we have them on hand. The only thing that sometimes takes a while are the name tags.
Oh, okay.
And even those, it doesn't take that long.
And Joni,
I know you work hard at that. It just seems like it's such a headache sometimes for you.
Well, it's a headache when people just don't show up.
Well, that's really rude. Yes, I agree. It doesn't, to me, if they don't want to show up, why are we getting so excited about it? I mean, really.
That's why I say they'll rot in my car.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Joni, one point, the higher end milestone pins, the 4,000, 5,000 type pins, those take a while no matter what.
Yes,
they do.
Yeah,
That's for sure. Yes.
definitely.
I know that Carolyn had mentioned that Alicia had gotten her 4,000 pin at the drive-through.
Yeah.
And unlike other times, we couldn't really celebrate it. And so that we just need to keep it in the back of our heads that the day that we do have something together, we can sort of backtrack and celebrate everybody's accomplishment that we just couldn't because of the situation and stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. It'd be nice if we could do that.
Alicia got her 5,000
5,000.
hour pin. Yeah, so, and we haven't celebrated it. So it would be great when we once again are able to gather, that we definitely celebrate for earning that pin.
Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
Maybe we can have it in the back of our heads to think of something, maybe by summertime, things are even better than they are now, that we can even think of that taking place then.
And there might be other people who have earned something also that's special at that point. So,
That's right, Carolyn. Virginia Vineyard earned one, and we could just recognize her posthumously. I think.
Okay, that's true. She did, didn't she? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Hopefully, maybe it may be a challenge to get a lot of people out to Laguna Pescosa when they do some sort of ceremony for her bench when they have it in place.
Oh, there's an idea. Yeah.
We'll keep an ear out for when that might take place. Okay, great. Next up is Carolyn, our at-large winter Texan. She is not here tonight. So we move on to Joni, acting new class director.
Me again? Well, I think we had, excuse me, a great 2021 class. Quite a few of the people certified. or are just very, very close to certifying. We even had 2 people get their 100-hour pin. And of course, Betsy now, a 3rd person from the class to get their 100-hour pin. So like I say, it was a great class. I think it was very successful. And I'm just glad that somebody else is going to step up to.
Who is going to do it?
All right, so that brings up Barbara Peach. She has agreed to take on the 2022 new class director hat.
Ooh, good job.
All right.
All right.
So she's already starting to stress out over that even now. So
Well, I will be helping. I will continue to help with the class. I just don't want to be the one,
Yeah, no kidding.
primary person in charge.
And we did have, can I speak for a moment as incoming? We did have a debrief about the 2021 class, and that gave us the, some pros, cons, et cetera, to think about as we move forward planning the next class. And Joni has set a high bar, and I hope I can come close. So I'm excited about taking on that new challenge.
You'll be great. You'll be great.
Thank you.
and I think
And Carolyn's done it before, so people do live through this experience.
Oh, yes, several years worth actually, and it's not that big a deal once you learn how to do it. It's the first year, right? Right, Joni? For me, it was like that first year. Like, what am I doing?
Hey, don't scare her. Don't scare. First year is the easiest one, right?
No,
Yeah.
I was sort of like interning for the last 3 years, so
Yeah.
I feel like I know pretty much what I'm stepping into. And then Robert pushed me over the cliff, so.
What's going to be different is the president's going to be right there hounding her to make sure everything is fine every single day. I'll have an idea at 3 p.m. I'm waking her up to say, hey, what about this?
Oh, yeah. Because as y'all probably know, he and Joseph were the technical support for the class. So he sat through all the classes and witnessed me scheduling about half of at least a third of the speakers and dealing with them and setting up practice. So he's got a good idea what has to happen.
Yeah.
Barbara, holler if you need any help from getting people, because I know you. I'll be glad to help.
Hey, and Joni, awesome job. I know you had that position for how many years now?
2002.
5 years.
2002. Yeah, oh, that's an awesome job, Joni. So thank you so much, and really excited for Barbara to take over.
And definitely thank you, Joni, for wearing 2 hats this year too. I mean, that's a lot.
And thank you, Javier. How long have you been on?
Well, the meeting since the beginning, but I was driving home, so I was listening to everything, and I was trying to vote here in Mexico. The miracle of technology here.
That's great, because Javier, you're up. Anything you wish to share?
No, just we're the status of meeting places for the South Texas border chapter is kind of up in the air too. So any headway y'all make with finding a meeting place, it'd be good to know. I mean, also I don't have a lot of space. I have less space than a rentable closet. But if y'all do need to store anything in a pinch, I do have some room at Estero. Just putting it out there.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Javier. We still got some storage at the county building, but I guess the meeting space has shrunk, so we're out of the running for that.
And Tony, so you can go ahead and continue. You're up next.
Okay, so we're getting ready to start monitoring red tides. And I need some red tide ranger volunteers to learn to use a device called the HabScope. So you can email
what?
HabScope, H-A-B, capital H, capital A, capital B, capital S-C, small C-O-P-E, HabScope. And we're preparing for the possibility of a red tide in the future, but we're involved in a grant called Every Beach Every Day. So if we get a red tide, we need volunteers to be monitoring it with HabScopes fairly frequently, and we're going to move it up the coast so we can, I guess, get other chapters to be involved in it. So that's what I'll need. If you're interested, email me.
Tony, is there some sort of training schedule that we can advertise?
Yes.
Robert, we've not set it up yet, but we plan on conducting a training in July
Okay.
with the Coastal Studies Lab.
Oh, cool.
I know.
We'll advertise it, and I'll send you the email, the info.
Perfect. I know that Joni mentioned in chat that she's already trained as a red tide ranger. Would
Yeah,
people that have-
Joni is well trained in it. She's been through a few, so.
including this new HabScope?
Joni, did you do the HabScope?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
Yes, the last time I got trained on it and I did it, yes.
And it's even getting more accurate. It wasn't as accurate when we first started, but they'll be able to even detect other blooms if we have them.
Yeah.
It uses facial recognition to count the cells, but
Really?
it's not as accurate as say the microscope. So we'll still use microscopes to count cells.
So definitely, once you have that schedule, we'll advertise it and definitely share that with the South Texas border too, and we'll do our part.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay, great. Does anybody have anything else? Any other issues, questions, or proclamations? Going once, twice. Okay, great. It is 7:07. We'll end our meeting for tonight. Don't forget our chapter meeting is on Tuesday with Dr. Amy Bonk. Bonka. Very good. And we'll start advertising that later this week for our chapter members. All right, everyone. Have a good evening. And if anything comes up, just give me a call or shoot me an email.
Thanks, Robert. Great job.
All right.
Hey, Pam, Jeff came by behind you, so he's been to this meeting.
What's that? What's that, Barbara?
Jeff walked by,
Oh,
sort of, so just so you know that, because that's when I waved. He just sort of looked in like, what's going on? I wanted you to know that.
I need to catch him when I get into class.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Cheers.